the championship is certainly up for grabs, and it's his to lose at the moment. All he's got to do, well, I say all, he's basically got to just be quicker than Rivett and Dorlin and Daniel Robotham. If he's quicker than them, it doesn't matter whether he finishes in 7th and they finish 8th, 9th, 10th. If he does that, he wins the championship. This is going to be a nail-biting weekend, and I want to take you guys along for this ride. I'm heading over to the inner paddock at the moment with the rest of the team, as it's time for qualifying, and probably the most important qualifying of this year. Just behind me we've got the track, we've got Graham Hill Bend and the rather legendary, and I think rather scary, Paddock Hill, which is up there. So we're going to head on over. I think the team are bringing the buggy over in the next sort of 5 minutes into the pit lane. I won't actually be able to film the cars, just regulations and other things like that from ITV, but I'll try and give you guys a good idea of what's going on. This is going to be quite exciting and nervous all at the same time. I'm in the pit lane at the moment. I'm going to go and find where Max has parked up, well, his team anyway. I think we're about halfway down somewhere or other. There's a bit of a hive of activity. Got all the cars coming down at the moment. I need to try and find Rob. We've got squeaky Clios behind us, so let's go and find out where he actually is. I can see some other Team Pyro people, so I'm going to head down towards them. We're only about 10 minutes into qualifying, and Max is working with his teammate Bradley Burns, basically slipstreaming each other around this circuit. They've done this for the past 3-4 rounds, and they work incredibly well together. The lap times, they're not great at the moment because they are only trying to warm tyres out, bring them in and then progress quicker. You don't want to go straight out on cold tyres and you'll absolutely ruin them. So I'm using TSL timing, and at the moment we've got Burns just gone quickest with a 1:38.913. We've got Max with a 1:39.819. And probably the two other title protagonists which are important, we've got Rivett, a 1:39.428, so he's in 4th, and I'm looking down. Dorlin at the moment is on a 1:47.852, and that's in 17th. Like I said, we've still got 20 minutes left of the qualifying. We're 16 minutes into qualifying, so about halfway, and Max is coming in for 2 front tyres. At the moment, got the times again, so I'll give you a quick rundown. We got Burns, Young, Rivett, Coates, Robotham, Lindsay, Epzelos and Dorlin. So Max isn't a million miles away, 0.232 from pole, so it's very, very close. We've got various team here. We've got Gary, Rob, Max is just coming in at the moment, so you can probably hear them in the background, so they go to work quite quickly. Max is having a look at the lap data. I would show you, but I can't. So Max has got lap data, he's looking at that, and we've got everyone else rushing around, changing the front 2 tyres and just giving everything a quick look over. So if you saw the last episode, these tyres at the front, 250 quid each. So there goes 500 quid in a blink of an eye. We've got Josh Files, who's Max's data engineer. He's just run up as well, so he's discussing things with Max, giving him a few tips and seeing what he thinks of the car. This is normally, well, the entire pit lane at the moment is absolutely full of people, and this is about normal. So they'll do that, they'll wait for a gap in traffic, send him out and see if he can get further up. I'm sure he can. He was quicker in practice yesterday. Qualifying's over now, and they're just coming back into the pits, and we'll head down back to the team garages. In terms of times, okay, he finished in 7th, and the whole time's really the important ones. You've got Robotham, followed by Young, Burns, Dorlin, Rivett, Lindsay and Coates. So the important ones out of this, we've got Dan right up the front, we've got Dorlin on the 2nd row and 4th, Rivett in 5th and Max 2 places behind in 7th. So that's the starting places for the race this afternoon. I'm not sure what the second best times are, but we'll find them out a bit later. We'll have a chat with Max and see, you know, if he's happy with that. I'm sure he would want to be right up the front, but you never know. I'm back over at the Team Pyro garage and the mechanics are working on the car at the moment. The team manager and Max had a discussion about the handling in the car and they've decided to make some slight tweaks, so that's what Rob is doing at the moment. The rest of the team are giving the car a once over. They're also checking the water jets that spray onto the intercooler to make sure that's working. Obviously if they get blocked, the engine temperature goes up, and I think if it gets to 85 degrees it starts limiting the amount of power that goes to the engine. So currently Rob's working out how much fuel the car has used during qualifying. The way this is done is quite simple. They filled the car up before qualifying and took out about 5 or 10 litres so it met the weight regulation. They fill it back up afterwards and then see what the difference is, and that will give the amount of fuel used in qualifying. Based on this figure, they will then top the car ready for the race this afternoon, and in that way you're not going to overfuel the car. This is crunch time. This is race 1 of the weekend. We've got the Clios lined up just behind me in the lower paddock getting ready to go out. We've got the touring cars going around at the moment for their second practice of the weekend. Max is starting on the 4th row of the grid in 4th. We've got Paul Rivett starting just in front of him in 5th, and we've got James Dorlin 2nd row of the grid in 3rd. Things are so tight at the top. We've only got 7 points covering the top 3, and considering it's 25 for a win, 22 for 2nd and 20 for 3rd, this, well, it's going to be really close. Hopefully Max can work his way up quite quickly and head to the front of the pack. He needs to get as many points as possible, and also fastest lap you get an additional 2 points, and leading a lap you get another 1. So there are plenty points on offer. We're standing by paddock, so I'm going to actually go over onto the bank with the rest of his friends and family, and we'll watch to see how Max gets on. Cross fingers, we're going to see him over on the podium.
And here we go, lights away, we are underway, and it's a good start for Young, a good start for the Pauls in at row bottom. They're going to be together going into the first corner. James Dorlin trying to find a gap just behind them, and he might split them as they come out of the corner.
I'm not sure you could write the script for that last race. We had a safety car within the first couple of laps. That's normal. We had a red flag. Now unfortunately they also do happen. So now the finishing I've got here. So we had Rowbottom, Burns, Dorlin, Rivett and Coates. Going into this, Rivett was 6 behind, Dorlin was 7. Now based on those figures, Max is ahead of Dorlin by 3 points and he's ahead of Rivett by 4. So we've got a race tomorrow that's basically right down to the bone. Max is starting alongside Rivett on the 3rd row tomorrow, and Dorlin is on the front row in 2nd. So basically Max has got to beat Dorlin. There's so many permutations going on with this, but we're all going to catch our breath. It's been a fantastic race. Go and get something to drink, wait for Max to return, and we'll have a chat with him, because this has been a pretty bonkers day. Good morning guys, and welcome to Brands Hatch for the final race in the championship. It's come right down to the line. Max is leading the championship by only 3 points from James Dorlin, and another point behind that is Paul Rivett. This is so close, and it's going to be a challenge to say the least. Now Dorlin is starting on the front row of the grid in 2nd, and then we've got further back in 6th we've got Max, and right next to him we've got Paul Rivett. When it boils down to it, Max has to beat those other 2. It's quite simple, but actually achieving it is not going to be quite simple. You wouldn't have thought that the race had come down to this one round. So we've got half an hour that is make or break. I'm really looking forward to this. Exciting as well. Max, I think, his head's in the right place. Again, nervous, but only slightly. They've done this before. They've been preparing for years to do this. The mechanics already, speaking to Rob earlier on, I think he's a little bit nervous and just wants to get on with this.
Bring it on, let's go. Let's have it going.
It's going to be fun, exciting, and by the time you guys watch this video, you're going to know the result, because at the moment I've no idea what's going to happen. Right, Max is just getting ready over here. It's all come down to this last half hour.
38 minutes to go.
Well, there we go. 38 minutes seems quite relaxed on the exterior. I'm sure he's probably feeling a bit nervous inside, but doesn't show it, does he? Well up for this. It's either win or nothing, basically. I'm really looking forward to this. How on earth it can come down 6 months, probably another 6 months of planning, all down to the next half hour. This should be absolutely an incredible race. It's either going to be a really easy interview, I'm stuttering already, a really easy interview, or rather awkward, but whatever happens, he's going to finish third. But Max, we want to see you on the front holding the championship trophy.
Good luck, cheers, pal. Come here.
There with them as well, and also watching the balance of the Atlas drivers coming through, brightly coloured cars, the bright yellow, and for that running event, then the front.
What did he say?
I'll get a room.
I'll take this one.
Cheers, mate. Cheers. You can do it, mate.
You know that.
Fresh.
I'm over at Paddock Hill Bend with the rest of Max's friends and family all over there. Everyone is, well, rather nervous to say the least. They've just gone round for their first warm-up lap, so within the next 2 or 3 minutes it's all going to be underway. The first lap is going to be absolutely crucial for Max. He needs to get past Rivett pretty much straight away and then chase after Dorlin.
Gonna go for it, and the safety car is deployed. Oh, another twist, another turn in this championship.
Max has got through to third place and a safety car's just been deployed. I think Nicholas Hamilton went off. Now Dorlin was getting away, it was like 2.5 seconds in the lead, so at the moment, and also with the fastest lap, he would win this thing. So the pack is going to be bunched right up.
Great move from Dan Robotham. He goes second, but he ran wide. Just enough for Bradley Banks, who's got to touch that for a kick.
Second place, Max Coates. Max gets a huge cheer from the crowd. Makes his way onto the second.
The season is over now. Max came third in that, but unfortunately that's second overall in the championship. And I think he's pretty gutted, to be honest. I know normal people like you and I would probably be over the moon with second in the Clio Cup, but a racing driver, no, he wanted to win. So he's just finishing up with interviews, and then it'll be head over back to the Team Pyre Garage, pack up, and that's the end of the season for Max. He's selling the car, so where he goes to next, I don't know. Hopefully guys, you've enjoyed this series of videos. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. Comments are always welcome, and remember to click on that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.